I'm your mother, I'm your brother, I'm your sister, I'm your friend, I'm your father when you need one. I'll be here till the end. Hello, family, and welcome to the house at Vanderbilt, where you will sit back and don't spat, but have a meaningful conversation with all life forms. You can be black, brown, white, Protestant, Gentile, or Jew, righty, lefty, MAGA, BLM, Antifa, and gay too. Because all are welcome here in this house. So sit back and relax and get on in here and cop a squat because the conversation is about to start.
Well, 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 well. Well, 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 well. Well, 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 well. Welcome, 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 welcome. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday. Happy Father's Day Sunday to all you great fathers out there, to all of you fathers um, that are that have done their thing, to all of you fathers that have tried to do the best you can, to the fathers who were not natural fathers, but were given the opportunity to be fathers and decided to take that opportunity and run with it and help bring forth some productive individuals in this world. I say to all of y'all, happy Father's Day, happy Father's Day, happy Father's Day. Well, 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 well. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday. Welcome all, welcome friends to the house, the Vanderbilt. Man, it has been a great week, a really, really great week. Once again, life is really serving some things up and we getting them dishes prepared and ready. And boy, I literally cannot wait until Sunday gets here so we can converse and I can share some of this hot meal with y'all and we can eat real good and get real full, have something to think about throughout the week and go forward. But as always, let's get together and, give a few thanks out there. Serve a little bit of an appetizer. You know what I'm saying? And before I move forward, I would like to thank these restaurants that have allowed VVHJ Management to use its platform of Spot Hopper in order to build up their marketing programs and get them out of the red and back in the black. So, Culturistic Kitchen out there in McDonough. Y'all go check them out. They got salmon and mashed potatoes that will make you holla. Botanical Mexican Kitchen and Bar. Go check them out. They're in Newnan, man. And when I tell you they have got a tomahawk over there, whoo-wee. Y'all might want to go check that out. And the presentation alone is worth every dollar you pay. But trust me, it is beautiful. It is delicious. That's Botanical Mexican Kitchen and Bar over there in Newnan. Y'all got to check out my boy, Marquise, Mark, and Ken at the Crush over there at East Point. When I tell you they killing it, they're killing East Point over there on Main Street. Y'all got to go check them out, man. They got some really good food over there. They got these mussels in this like cheese clam sauce that is just so freaking delicious. So y'all go check them out. Go check out the Welcomes, man. Mr. and Mrs. Welcome over there at Augie's Breakfast Bar. Man, they got one of the best brunches on the east side. So if you're on the east side over there and you're looking for somewhere to have a really good brunch and a really good meal and a full bar service with an open kitchen style effect up in there, go check out Augie's Kitchen and Augie's Breakfast and Bar, over there on the east side. Definitely a wonderful place. Also, if you're out there in McDonough, you want some good pizza, man, check out my boy Tony over there at Da Vinci's New York style pizza, man. He is definitely serving up some pizza over there, and it is delicious. I go over there probably like more than I should because I visit many of my clients all the time, but I definitely get up over there. So do go check out Da Vinci's New York style pizza in McDonough. If you're in the Alabama area in Huntsville, check out my boy over there, Chris. He's got Shaggy's Burgers and Little Rosie's taqueria. You guys check those locations out, man. over there in Huntsville. They are definitely, worth stopping in. So I mean, I love it. I love it. Go check them out. Check out if you're in Gainesville. That's going far up there. You know what I'm saying? It's about an hour and a half drive from Atlanta. But if you over there in that area, go ahead and check out El Ranchito. You know what I'm saying? Tell my boy over there that Van sent you. He'd love to see you. You know what I'm saying? And you're talking about authentic Mexican food. This place, down to the tortillas and salsa they serve you before you even make your order, will take you back to Mexico if you've ever been. So I would say, if you're really into some authentic Mexican food, go and check my boy over there, El Ranchito in Gainesville. For my Nigerian and my African folks, and if you're into African food, I really enjoy it myself. I used to love going to my African spot in Chicago. Now I found my spot here. Bonski Nigerian cuisine. When I tell you, baby, eating with your fingers ain't never been so good. Kind of takes you back to old soul food days when grandma used to make them greens and that cornbread. And then back then when I was eating that pork, she had that old ham hock up in there and we just smash it all together and just pick it up like that and put it in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? Well, Bonski is giving you that over there with that Nigerian food. So y'all go check her out over there in Forest Park now. She's worth it. And last but not least, if you're in for some good R&B bingo on a Monday, go check out my boy Nikki's Smoking Lounge over there in College Park on Old National. Really cool little spot. My boy over there, Tony's the manager. You got my boy Dante over there running things. That is a real cool spot. And they got really good cigars and stuff. So if you're into smoking cigars, you want to hear some really good music and everything, Nikki's Smoking Lounge is their R&B bingo is the lick on a Monday night. And it starts at 6 o'clock. So get on over there. Have a good time. And when you're walking all those places, tell them Van sent you. Trust me, they're going to treat you great. Man, that's for our appetizers. And before I go any further, if you're watching me on YouTube, you be checking out my YouTube clips and all of that. I'm trying to start going live on YouTube. So if you would please like, comment, subscribe to that YouTube page, The House That Vander-Built over there. I really need to build that page up like I've been building these pages up. I'm looking forward to building that up. So if you could please, again, like, subscribe, and comment on the YouTube page of The House That Vander-Built. I see the shorts are getting major views right now, but people are not subscribing to the page, so I can't really go live on it yet. So I'm literally asking, hey, go over to the YouTube page, The House That Vander-Built, and like, comment, and subscribe to that page. And do the same thing on the Instagram page. I'm trying to go live on there too. Like, comment, and subscribe, and follow basically the Instagram page. And that is The House That Vander-Built, at The House That Vander-Built. All right. And we're spelling Vanderbilt, Vanderbuilt. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now, you know what? I've been doing all this talking, but these mics catch me good. I can't say that. They do catch me good. They be down here in the bottom of the drawer and everything, but they be catching me. So I don't really worry about it too much. But let's say this, baby. Let's say this. We have got some grub today. We got a little grub today. Did all that welcoming and did all that good old appetizer, baby. Now it's time to talk. Because, baby, we done had some BS happen this week, and it ain't all been sweet. But before we get into the BS, I'm going to start with something sweet, and I'm going to end with something sweet. But in the middle, we're going to take care of all that BS. You know what I'm saying? But let's start with something sweet, y'all. Let's give a very, very warm and accepting love and a shout out to that once great President Barack Obama and that awesome First Lady Michelle Obama on opening the Obama Center there in Chicago in the South Shore area, baby. When I tell you that place is beautiful, the land that they done built up over there that was all blocked off and everything, that place really looks great. I'm looking forward to going home soon. I won't be able to visit because I didn't get a ticket early enough for this visit, but I will be visiting this center very much so. All the tickets are sold out all the way up through October already. So you ain't getting in that building anytime soon if you ain't got a ticket already. So the good thing is, though, the center's built. It's beautiful. It's right in the center. Hey, thank you, cuz. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. I love it. Thank you, cuz. So I'm really, really, I'm really happy about the center in Chicago. I'm really happy that it was the grand opening happened on Juneteenth, which was really, really awesome. But let's talk about the stars that showed up for this opening. You had Miss Gabrielle and Dwayne. Literally, the Wade family was out there at the opening. You had mega stars. You had darn near every Democrat that's trying to run for president. They were out there. You know what I'm saying? Former Vice President Kamala Harris was out there. Former President Joe Biden was there. Former President Bill Clinton and his former Secretary of State, Miss Hillary Clinton, was out there. You know what I'm saying? You had George Bush and his wife, Mrs. Bush, was out there. It's something when you're Republican former presidents are showing up like this, but they won't show up for Agent Orange. That just says a lot. You know what I'm saying? It says a lot. But that was a really beautiful star-studded event. Chicago, you looked great. You looked great on TV. You looked great on all the news clippings that we seen. You looked great. I mean, anybody, you are right. Anybody that's somebody was there. And in the city, my home city, you looked absolutely fantastic. So kudos, hats off, mad respect to the Obamas, and what a beautiful celebration it was for my city. And I'm impressed, and I'm blessed, and I'm proud to say I'm from the Chi. So that is some of the a little bit of that sweetness I was talking about before we get into this bullshit. So let's get into it. Number one. Oh, good old boy, Cashy Doll Patel. Cash Doll Patel. That's what we're going to call him. Cash Doll Patel. Baby, if Cash Doll Patel ain't acted a fool this last week, I don't know what to say. First off, let's talk about the fact that they had like this little secret, investigation that was going on, y'all, and it involved a group of people out of Cincinnati that were planning on bombing and doing some drone strikes on the little UFC thing that they had going on over there on the White House lawn that looked an absolute mess, and we'll get into that as well. But they had a whole investigation going on this secret group that were planning on doing some hits on the little UFC fight. Well, good old Miss Doll herself, Cash decides after they arrest one. Now, mind you, it's a whole group of people. But after they arrest one, Miss Cash Doll decides that she's going to go on live television telling folks all about it. Oh, wow, we didn't did this, and we didn't stop, we didn't interfere and got involved, and we've stopped a whole attack on the UFC fight. And here's the problem. There were so many more people involved in this that there could have been so much more done. You not only didn't have to just catch that one person, you could have actually caught many. But because Miss Cash Doll was too antsy in her panties, she decided she wanted to be the hero of the day and get her name out there in grace and mercy. And she decided to go yell about it all across the lands, telling everybody what they had done. Well, I'm here to tell you. Miss FBI Cash Doll kind of made a mistake because the Department of Justice and them folks over there, they weren't very happy with her unveiling what they had been doing. They weren't very happy with that. They actually said Miss Cash Doll looked a damn fool for doing so. One FBI agent, one guy of the DOJ said, don't choke on your smoke. That's some stuff they say on the inside of their thing there. Don't choke on your smoke. So that lets you know they were a little bit very much so perturbed with this little announcement that Miss Cash Doll decided to make. But you have to think about, why did Cash Doll run out there so quickly to make this announcement? What is it that's going on with Cash Doll that literally had him running to try to make some announcement to make himself look good? Well, let's talk about it. According to the news, and you ain't heard this from me, but when I was leaning outside of my window the other day, a little birdie had told me that Kash Patel is around here paying former FBI agents who had either been fired, released from their job for any circumstances whatsoever. We don't know why they got fired, but they weren't working there anymore. But He's went ahead and rehired them under a secret little organization that we're going to call the Payback Squad, because that's basically what they calling themselves inside and out. So Kash Patel is literally running around here, hiring former FBI agents and hiring them, putting them on this detail called the Payback Squad. So what's the deal with the Payback Squad, you say? Well, let me tell you. Here's the deal. Not only are they making their regular checks now, so they got hired back, so they're making regular government checks. You know what I'm saying? Average FBI agent makes anywhere from 5 to about 7 grand every 2 weeks. Well, 15th and the 30th, government salary times. So they're making good money. But the Payback Squad is making $8,000 over that. So every pay period, the Payback Squad is getting their regular check, but they're also getting $8,000 more. You say, why? It's in the name, baby. It's called the Payback Squad. They're the Payback Squad. They're paying back who's ever going against him. So whoever he deems necessary to be investigated, Miss Doll is sending the Payback Squad to investigate them. And he's using, thank you, love, and he's literally using our taxpayer money to pay them $8,000 more than what they're already getting paid to do this because he wants to keep it under wraps. Well, will somebody over there go tell Kash Doll it's out? It's now out in the open. Can we get our money back? He spent $1 million already paying these people, y'all. $1 million of taxpayer money he's paying to an unrecognized group of people that he is calling the Payback Squad, and he's giving them $8,000 more on top of their paycheck to keep things hush hush. Hush hush. Thank you. $50,000 for border patrol. Come on with it. Hush hush. We're supposed to keep this stuff hush hush. But we're not keeping it hush hush. Somebody in the Payback Squad already came out and told us that they're getting paid like that. And MAGA, y'all ain't got nothing to say. I ain't been sick. Y'all been in my inbox, but not as much lately. Not as much lately. You've been in my inbox saying some stupid ass shit, but not as much lately. Seems like you're kind of backing down. Seems like the shit that's coming out of my mouth is actually starting to resonate in your ears and somehow make its way to that little peen thing you got up in the middle of that. Some of us call it a brain. It seems like you're getting there and you're getting a little bit better of an understanding that I'm not attacking you, but what I am is attacking the theories in which you have made and the reasons why you said you voted for this man to be in office and allowed him to put these dumbass people in the positions they are, and now they just ruining us all. This is the reason why. This is why. So I'm really happy that you're not in my inbox as much, giving me death threats and shit like that. I really appreciate that because I love living. I really do. And I don't think anybody should die because of their point of view. I just don't believe that. I just don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I think your closed-minded ass sometimes need to open your eyes. Open your ears, excuse me, and pay attention and let some of that knowledge kind of seep up in there and get up in there. And maybe we can work together. Because at the end of the day, we all fighting the same fight. I can't say that enough. We're all fighting the same fight. So since I know that you know that I know that we all are fighting the actual same fight, it makes no sense to me, worry about what you're going to do to me because I tend to want to speak about it. So your dumbass boy over here, Kash Patel, then went and paid the people millions of dollars. Well, not millions. Let's just give the right number. $1 million in taxpayer money. He then went and gave to a group of people we gonna call the Payback Squad because that's what they calling them. And it's unsanctioned money. It's money that should have been used for other things than the FBI, but he decided to use it for his own personal gain to go and go investigate that young woman who told about him drinking and that his hotel room had to be damn near the door had to be knocked down because he was in there extremely under the influence, and they couldn't find him. They thought something might be wrong with him, so they was about to boomerang the door real hard, and then finally he opened it. The day he thought he lost his job because he thought he forgot his password to get inside of his computer, but he didn't know that. He didn't figure it out in time, so he ran around his office. Oh my God, they fired me. All that. You know what I'm saying? This y'all boy. This the boy y'all boy put in office. This the boy y'all boy says should lead our FBI. This the boy y'all boy thinks is just doing a great job. Yeah, he's going to continue to say that until he can't save face anymore. Just like he did Pam Bundy. Oh, she's doing great. She's doing great. I just love Pam. She's doing great. And now the bitch fired. Just like he did that old black-haired silver. I used to call that chick Storm. She was the weirdest person. But we all know who I'm talking about. Just like he did her. You know what I'm saying? She messed up enough until he had to get with a Tulsi Gabbard. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Till he had to get her ass on up out of there too. So now, next on the chopping block, do know it's going to be Kash Patel. He's coming up out of there, baby. He coming up out of there. That's why he ran and told, oh my God, we caught this one guy that was going to invade the UFC fight and have a drone strike. Didn't tell y'all that they were actually snipers that was in the plan too. Didn't tell y'all that there was a person that was a relative to one of the people that was a part of the plan in Cincinnati that called into the FBI and gave them that news. None of that was discussed because the Department of Justice really didn't want it to be out there. They were working with the FBI in hopes to catch the whole group of them. And might I add that this was not a group of anybody but Republicans. Hello. Pay attention, y'all. Pay attention. See, like I said, y'all coming up out of my inbox because you're starting to attack your own. You're starting to attack your own. A little bit of sad news, huh? But that's something. But see, that's just a little bit of the tip of the iceberg of what's been going on this week. Because, baby, what I really want to talk about and what I've been really holding out for, because here comes the main course. The main course. The JCPOA versus the MOU. Your boy then went over there to Iran and he then finally came up with a deal. A concept of a deal. Y'all know how he is about deals. He never really has a deal. He has concepts of deals. You know what I'm saying? He don't really have a plan for healthcare. He had a concept for the plan for healthcare. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we're going to take all y'all off y'all healthcare, but in the meantime, I have a concept. So, your boy had a concept of a deal. I want to start by saying this. The current deal that they have, which is, again, it's what is it, a memorandum of understanding, MOU? So, catch this. We'll get on that. We'll get on that one because I think I'm gonna say that one for next week. But here we have a concept of a deal. It's a MOU, a memorandum of understanding. It's 2 pages long, roughly about 14 paragraphs. Basically, baby, when we talk about what's in this thing, it's sad. But it's been being compared to the JCPOA, which was the Obama deal with Iran that was 159 pages long, might I add. That's first and foremost. You had a concept of a deal that was signed. It was supposed to be signed on Friday. And then, if I'm correct, I think it got delayed and it's signed now, if I'm correct. So we have a concept or a memorandum of understanding, a concept of the deal, which over the next 60 days, we're going to come up with these different 14 points that are going to hit on. But in the concept, a complete damn mess. In the concept, we're going to compare the concept versus what the JCPOA actually was. Okay, let us not forget that Agent Orange, when he walked into office this time around, the first thing he did was tear up the JCPOA. And then he bombed them people over there. And then the Strait Hormuz got closed. And then our gas prices went up. And our food bills went higher. Our electric bills went higher. It's like, damn, what was he thinking? Did you have an idea what was going to happen before you went and did that? But again, Agent Orange deals in concepts. He doesn't deal in reality. He doesn't deal with the facts of what. If you do something, if you commit an action, there's going to be some type of of reaction to that action that you put out there. So he actively bombed them, and they reactively shut down the damn Strait of Hormuz. So here we go, and we actively are eating this shit like it smells good and tastes good. You know what I'm saying? This is where we are. Hello, concept is the damn keyword of today. That's gonna be the keyword of today, concept. So let's talk about the memorandum of understanding. The memorandum of understanding, first of all, let's talk about who they say is in the memorandum of understanding, meaning like who will be the partners, who will be discussing, who will be negotiating this, who will be all at the table so that it will be, a big thing for all versus one. See, and that's the problem with Agent Orange. Everything he does has to be a service of one, which is himself. He doesn't think to involve or try to involve anything else because then that would take away from him. So he needs it all to be about him. And that's the problem that y'all should see America right there, is that everything that happens has to be something about him. And he got you MAGA folks out there thinking that, it's all about white is right, but he really don't care about y'all either. But he playing to your your band. He playing the fiddle to your type of music. So you rolling with it because you think that he actually gives a damn about you. But I'm here to tell you, he don't give a damn about you. And what you're going to find out is like Prince said, there's something else in the afterworld. Because, baby, as soon as he gone, you're going to find out exactly what he gave a damn about because he going to hit it. Because he going to hit it so fast because there's things that's coming for him, baby. There's a lot of things still in the wind for the old Agent Orange, and he knows that. So he making all the money he can. So what? He can hit it. And I have a feeling he's going to go to Russia or over there in Israel or something. But just watch what I tell you. Or don't be surprised if he pops up in Iran. Watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you. But anyway, who's going to be at the table for this thing? Who's going to be negotiating this thing? Well, let it be known that the memorandum of understanding is only between Tehran and Washington. Them would be the only two people at the table. Now, the JCPOA, let's talk about that. See, the one thing I liked about Obama, he may not have gotten a lot of things that we wanted done for us all, but he did get some things done. He did some things that made some sense. You know what I'm saying? And one of the very good things he was really, really, really good at, and I got to give him mad respect, he was good at negotiating. He was good at getting all parties, different parties at a table and listening and then saying what he needed done and figuring out how to get that done down the middle somewhere. So that everybody may have walked away with a little bit of piece of the pie, but at least the majority of his pie was full. And that for him was a win. So when he thought about creating the JCPOA, he didn't just think about America and Tehran. He didn't just think about that. He thought about everybody else that was over there in that area. So he involved China. He involved France. Thank you, my love. He involved Germany. He involved Russia. He involved Britain and the European Union. See what I'm saying? Very much so. Another key word, listening. Folks just don't pay attention enough. You got to listen. God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth and 2 eyes. That means you should see a lot, you should hear a lot, and you should say a little. Come on with it, y'all. Come on with it. So the MOU will involve Washington and Tehran. Okay? Him and them. That's it. China. Think they're going to be talking to Tehran? Hell yeah. Russia. Think they're going to be talking to Tehran? Hell yeah. France. You think they're going to be talking to Tehran? Hell yeah. Germany. You think they're going to be talking to Tehran? Hell yeah. Britain. You think they're going to be talking to Tehran? Hell yeah. The European Unions, you think they're going to be talking to Tehran? Hell yeah. But your boy's so busy running around here telling lies and make-believe stories. Like he told that lie on that Italian president, prime minister, whatever she is over there. She just as right-winged as him. You know what I'm saying? She's got a little things that I don't care for either. But anyway, but he lied on her and said, oh, God, she practically begged me to take a picture. Not a woman and canceled a trip over here. And told him, we don't beg. Wouldn't be very Italian of me. So you see what I'm saying? He's so busy trying to look so important and make all these great statements like he is King Almighty. You know, Big Brother Almighty. He's so that. He's so that. While he's making himself look like the singled out ass he is. Because regardless of whether he brings all those people to the table when this deal is being made, do understand that they still have to deal with this country. Hell, they're one of the biggest oil suppliers in the world, so then everybody gonna deal with them in some way, shape, form, or fashion. So now, instead of us being involved in those negotiations and knowing about them things as they go on, now we won't. And because his freaking cabinet already is known as the leakers cabinet, they tell every goddamn thing to everybody. You know, he showed you himself when he was showing that woman those private documents that he wasn't supposed to be showing them after he got out of office the first time. He run his mouth like water. He run his mouth like water. So he everybody in the world thinks of him that way. So what makes you think that they're not going to go over there and negotiate in silence and America will know nothing about it? Y'all better pay attention, MAGA. This is your boy. And we're going to suffer the consequences. Okay? So, let's talk about this. The MOU says no nuclear bombs, but the details will be worked out over the next 60 days. We don't know what that is. We don't know what the hell that means. Iran is always going to say they're not going to have nuclear bombs. They've been saying that from day one. But at least in the JCPOA, it addressed Iran's nuclear issue. It told them directly, well, you know, we can't stop you from having certain nuclear, ingredients because you have to, you have to create energy. You got to do other things. You know what I'm saying? There's other things that nuclear stuff is used for. You know what I'm saying? So the JCPOA gave specific directives about their nuclear program, what they could and could not do, how we were going to have people that were going to be monitoring them, going over there on a frequent basis. I don't know if it was once, twice a year. I don't know. But they would go over there on a frequent basis, monitor them to make sure that they were not in the process of making any nuclear bombs. But your boy is once again concepts of plans and thinking, in a weird way, he decides that, well, they're not going to have a nuclear bomb, but we'll discuss that later. Right now, I need the straight open, which let us not forget it was open before this bullshit started. But he needs it really open bad right now because it's really not looking good for him and his counterparts all across this Republican nation. It's just not looking good for him. So he's trying to do whatever he can to, erase what he started, basically. So now we don't know what they finna get. But we knew what they got with the JCPOA, but now we don't know what they finna get. So that's just another thing, Then the MOU is lifted all the sanctions that the JCPOA put on these folks. So now, not only we don't know what's going on the nuclear weapon issue, we don't know who's going to be at the table other than Tehran and Washington. So other than him and them, from the looks of it, nobody else is going to be at the table. So now all of our other people in the world and people that we've worked with and have gotten places with, we don't know what that's looking like no more. You know what I'm saying? And now they can make money. Now they can make money. So and to add, insult to injury, not only did we lift the sanctions, we now put a coalition of people together to put forth funding to rebuild Iran with the cap, I think, at $300 million or $300 billion. Man, they finna have money hand over foot.
Pay attention. MAGA, what's really going on? You hated the black people and the gays and the Latinos so much that you put this man in office, and now we all eating shit like it's a gourmet meal. That's basically what's happening. That's literally what's happening. The man is grifting on the office and messing up every step of the way, and y'all are saying nothing. Y'all literally running around here acting like, oh my God, it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. You see, while he's lifting sanction and giving them money, let's not forget that the JCPOA was the actual document that put them sanctions upon them and only let them make so much money just so they can keep their population going. Bam. Obama did that. You know what I'm saying? And then, as far as giving them money, now, this $300 million is going to be put together to give, $300 billion is going to be $300 million, I think, yeah, $300 million. $300 million is going to be put together to give to them in order for them to rebuild. That's just free money to them. Let us not forget that the $1.7 million that was given back to them under the JCPOA was money that actually already belonged to them. They paid these United States of America $1.7 million for actual armor, freaking weapons. And we never delivered. And we kept the money. See what I'm saying? That was Obama, might I add. We kept their money. And we didn't deliver. And I think that was Bush, then Obama. See what I'm saying? So we kept their money, we didn't deliver, and then we finally came up with a deal. We simply gave them back the money that they had already given us with no interest. Tell me that ain't a win. Tell me that ain't a win. But y'all gonna say that this MOU is somehow supposed to be the best thing since slept honey. Baby, y'all crazy as hell. Y'all crazy as hell. We are about to be in a situation where things are definitely going to look worse before they ever look better. You know, we got into this war unbegrudgingly to us as United States of America citizens. We got into this war simply because, let's call it what it is, you had ICE people running around in these states killing folks and arresting people illegally. The Epstein files were rampant, and Agent Orange's name is mentioned in the Epstein files over 1,000 times, and y'all still ain't answered to that. You still ain't gotten that off yet. Then your boy tried to get the state's attorney in New York City, tried to get her on some BS home charges crap that didn't work. Your Department of Justice was out here corruptly doing things, which they still are, and that ain't gonna work. The FBI agent is out here looking like a damn fool and got y'all looking like a fool, and it ain't working. Kelsey Gabbard was in Georgia stealing votes illegally taking votes out of the state of Georgia, and all of the information is on there, people. Pay attention. Illegally. That was not supposed to be done. Pam Bundy hiding, lying, then hiding, then lying, then hiding some more. It's all going to circle back around, y'all. The wagon ain't gone yet. The wagon just circling. Do know that. Do know the wagon just circling. The wagon just circling. And come November, I hope y'all get y'all ass out here and vote. I hope y'all really, really, really are paying attention to everything that's going on and understand that we really need to smack them this time and make them hear us. So, with all that being said, that gives you something to think about this week, y'all. The Epstein files need to be released. They say his name is in there over 1,000 times. I want to read them all without them being redacted like they are. They should just be redacting the names of the survivors. But as far as every single corrupt person that's in there that has anything to do with touching a minor, let those names ring. Put them in bold, italicized letters so we all see them perfectly. That's what should be happening. That's what should be happening. The Department of Justice out here running around trying to capture up folks that they feel deem have done something wrong to Agent Orange. This shit need to stop. It needs to absolutely stop. There's so many other things that the Department of Justice should be doing and paying attention to versus the BS they paying attention to. What y'all really need to be paying attention to is that this thing called FISA, and that's something y'all should all be paying attention to because they finna tap all our phones. You thought J. Edgar Hoover did something. This man, he is into it, and he's got a fucking bill to try to back him up for it. Pay attention, y'all. We ain't winning. MAGA, he gonna get y'all just as bad as they get us. Cause dude, trust you mean. When it do pass and they start tapping these phones, baby, you gotta remember things always flip. Don't nothing stay the same, boo. So if they tap them under here and start attacking us, the independents and the Democrats, what happens when the tables turn? Your little KKK rallies that you think have in secret, I'll get y'all ass. Keep telling you. So pay attention, y'all. Y'all really need to be paying attention to what's going on. But Kamala said something. She was on a panel this week, and she said something, and it made me it rang really well in my ear, and I felt good hearing it because that's exactly the way I felt about how America's gonna come out this situation that we in. The one thing that I've been having some personal conversations and outings and stuff like that, and one thing that I love is the fact that prejudice has boiled to the top again, and it's finna boil over. But we see it's out loud again. The hating of the LGBTQIA plus community is really out there, like rampant again. The murdering of these trans women and treating trans people like they don't exist is just ridiculous, but it's all out there now. Everything is out there. So when you put everything on the table, y'all, it's either eat it or deal with it. Right now they're eating it, but gonna have to deal with it. There will come a time when these things have got to actually be put on the table to be dealt with in a respectful manner, because what you're dealing with human beings. Do know that we're dealing with humans over here. We ain't dealing with no animals and nothing like that. We actually dealing with real human beings. So Kamala, she got out there and she's on this panel and she said, she said after this administration, things will be broken. But in order to fix them, we don't want turmoil, but we do want it to be fixed. And with that, we will have to breathe. We'll have to break some things, but we have to do it with care. Like I just said, prejudice and all that is out there. It's all running rampant. I'm going to let you know like this. For all them, the white supremacists and the ones that are really far right on MAGA and all that, who think that, because a person is gay, black, Latin, different from you, Jewish or whatever, and you feel like you could just go up to them and beat their ass or break them or, try to eject them just because you have privilege, that's not going to work out well for you. It was just a couple of years ago that I remember lawn chairs being used as crack your head open wide. And I just want you to know that, we're going to have to break some things before we heal. And if that means busting your ass, do know that they're going to do it with ease. I want y'all to have a blessed week. I want y'all to learn something this week. I want y'all to love on somebody this week. I want you to do something fun and exciting for yourself this week. And please, 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 go on the YouTube page, The House That Vanderbilt. Like, subscribe, Check out all those shorts over there. They're awesome. Go on there. I need to get to 1,000 followers on there so that I can start going live, as well as on the Instagram page. It used to be 50, but now it's 1,000. I'm like, man, they keep going up. But anyway, I need to get on that Instagram page at the house at Vanderbilt. And we're spelling Vanderbilt, Vandrbilt. Please go over there, like, subscribe, and all that. And have a great week. Love on yourself. Love on somebody else. And in the meantime, stay healthy. Peace. Ta-da-ta.